So, um, Nolan Wells. I'm not gonna no longer say friends. I'm just gonna say associates. The reason why I say that because people they quick to say best friends and they use that term loosely, like best friend and friends. And I learned, the older I get, you really have to people have to earn your friendship. You know, you could be thinking you friends with someone for a very long time, and you turn out that you guys are they were really frenemies. They were really frenemies, and yeah, they were really frenemies like the whole time. You'll learn that throughout life. So I'm just gonna say associates. Um, Damn, my phone is heating. Hold on 1 second. Shit, let me feel it. I may have to cut the air on. It's a little hot out here. It's okay, but it's muggy. But not muggy, but it's I don't know. It's a little hot. Um, so we'll see how this go. So it's been announced that his associates are gonna go to Horn Island to conduct their own investigation. And this case is being tried in the court of public opinion right now. And we have some things to go on. Two of his associates, they've already done interviews with a YouTuber, which I'm totally against. Like, especially if you didn't do anything, you just let the investigation play out and run its course. I wouldn't interview with anybody, especially people are trying this case in a court of public opinion. So you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that on what you say and how you say it, especially if you're not media trained. So, but anyway, they did the interview, and now they're going to do. They hired a Trump attorney. They hired that, and me personally, I wouldn't be hiring nobody if I didn't do anything. That's just me personally. But you got to understand, I had said this before. I said it yesterday. I made a what do you call it? I said what I said yesterday was I said there's gonna be somebody's gonna get arrested for this. It's a matter of time. Just wait for it. Just remember that I said wait for it. It might be a while, but wait for it. Somebody's gonna get arrested. Just because I can tell how it's playing out. I've seen this before. And I didn't do it. You didn't do it. Um, so we just got to wait to see how it plays out. Hold on a second. I gotta cut this air on for a minute because my phone is about to overheat. You'll hear me because what happens is uh, if you can't hear me, let me know. But because my car like it hooks up to my phone and then you can't hear me. But I had to cut the air on for a minute just because. Let me turn it down. That feel good though. Um, you can hear me, right? So this case is being tried in a court of public opinion right now because the DA and the investigators they're still doing their thing. They're still doing their thing, right? And I know how this works. I know because I follow cases in the past, so I know how it works. I know it takes time. But one thing that I do know was strange about this case because everybody's saying The way his friends is, well, his friends are not saying what happened to him. They didn't say. But some people are alluding to the fact that this was an unfortunate accident and he drowned. Now, that happens all the time, unfortunately, when you go out to the beach sometime and there's a lot of people drinking at the beach and people go out in the water and some people make it back and some people don't. This happen all the time, especially during the holidays or whatever. Freak accidents happen all the time. That we know. But if this was a freak accident and he went under and nobody saw him, this case would have been over by now. But it still would have went to the grand jury. It still would have, because it wasn't a natural occurrence, like a natural death, like for natural causes. It would have still went to the grand jury, but we would have had some information that yeah, he drowned, but we would have still got the information like, look, guys, he did drown, but in order to complete our investigation, we're going to send this to the grand jury anyway. So we would have at least known, like, okay, he drowned, it's unfortunate, but they're not saying that. They're keeping this close to the vest, and I'm under the impression that this gonna turn criminal. I've seen it happen before, and like I tell you, with these type of situations, people are not going to lose their pension over somebody acting stupid. They're not. Meaning the DA and investigators or whoever that's related to this. Because one thing is the CTO call already went out. And there's some major news publications that saying that changes the whole course of the investigation. They're saying that now. I'm not saying that. They're saying it. The legacy news is saying it. It's a problem. That call is a problem. So lawyers are getting hired, different things like that, but it's not being handled as a unfortunate accident because they would have said it already. They would have said, guys, based on our findings so far, it's an unfortunate situation. The young man lost his life. It's unfortunate. But usually in that case, somebody would have called 911 when it happened. Somebody would have called 911 and said, we got a drowning out here. We can't get him. Because of the way the water is, we know from me doing my research out there, I've never been to Horn Island, but they said it's like like a washer dryer. I mean, like a dryer. I mean, like a washing machine. The way the water is moving back and forth. And it gets violent after a certain time, usually anywhere around after 4 p.m. And I know that. This thing keeps slipping. But I know that. So, but they not saying that. Nobody called that day. Nobody called 911. Um, it's just that they said they left, and that's it. Now, if it was an unfortunate accident, we wouldn't have conflicting stories. They said he was hanging with that girl. You know what I'm saying? But that girl said that she wasn't hanging with him. He went back with them. That's what she said. So I don't know who's lying, but the story is off a little bit. I think we can all agree on that. The story is off. The story is off a little bit. So it like I said, I'm street smart. When the story is off like that, see, here's the thing. When people witness things, right, everybody's gonna have a different variation of the story because everybody look through life with their own two lenses. So everybody's gonna have a different variation of the story, but on the baseline it's the same. I saw him drown. We couldn't get to him. We called 911. There were several calls for 911. None of that. There was no calls to 911. None. That's how I knew right then and there something suspicious happened. And I don't need any investigators to tell me that. I lived a while. I know that something shifty happened here. And somebody, like I said, I could even tell you what I think happened to him. I think somebody choked him out. And if that happened, whoever did it was bigger than him and it was stronger than him. Now, especially if somebody do it while you're in the water, it's kind of hard to combat that if you don't know what to do. Like, you got to have a presence of mind. It especially it depends on how they do it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but the thing is, I know on the baseline that nobody called the emergency line. Out of all those people were out there, and I did take into consideration that he could have just been chilling on his own in the deep water where his neck level, where the water comes up to your neck, and a tide got him, a rip tide got him, and he went under, and nobody saw it. I did take that in consideration, but however, the stories are conflicting. They said that he was with that girl, that girl, and it just didn't sound right because listen, man, I'm street smart, man. They can't fool me. They could probably fool everybody else. They can't fool me, yo. I don't have gray hair for nothing. I have some wisdom here. They can't fool me, yo. And then she's saying that no, he didn't stay with me. She thought that he was going back with his friends. There's a conflict in stories there. That's how I know we can't just go with he just upped and drowned. Now I did take into consideration. Let's say if he said he was going to stay back, and then he told her he gonna go with his friends, and he went in neck deep water and he just went down. I took that in consideration as well. Somebody with a song. But the fact of the matter is, I'm watching their actions after the fact. And this is me just critiquing it. I'm just critiquing how they were acting after the fact. It don't sound like, and just like the guy was doing the interview, he's like this. He did not relinquish this posture. He was like this the whole time. I know what that means. I don't need a behavioral expert or anything like that to tell me what that means. So with these investigations, I'm gonna tell you right now, for all I know, somebody saw it and somebody has already came forward and cooperating. It's just a matter of time because they treating it like such. See, she's doing that to cover her ass. She's like, look, I went to the grand jury. They said there's enough probable cause from what I have, so we're gonna move forward. That backs her up. That backs her up because she went to a grand jury. Even though they're supposed to go to the grand jury, that's how it is out there. With deaths, they like, okay, it does look like he drowned, but we're going to go to the grand jury anyway, even though they didn't say he drowned. The autopsy is done. They could at least gave us something. They could at least gave us something like, just give us something like, yeah, it was a drowning, but we think it's a drowning, but we have to discuss this further. We have to give it to the grand jury. That's all they had to say. They don't have to reveal much, but they're not revealing that either because so they said it's not out of the ordinary to when you go get a second autopsy for them to leave stuff behind, like the contents of his throat region, larynx or whatever the case is, this muscle here and this bone back there. They kept all of that. They didn't bring that with the second autopsy. Some people seem to think that there's like a cover up going on. There's no cover up going on. Mm-mm. I told you this is a high profile case. They're not going to lose their pension over this. They found something in that area. They found something. They found something in that area. And they are treating this, if I'm a betting man, they treating this like a murder. It's a homicide. Like, for example, Somebody probably went up to him and did like this. And if they had their arm, they could have had their arm under his armpit and went up like this and locked in. And if they know how to do it, he's not going to get out of it. If somebody come up behind you and do that and you don't know how to get out of it, you're not going to get out of it. Especially if you've been drinking, you're not going to get out of that. Somebody could. This is a crash out case. That's how the young people say it. Somebody crashed out on them. Somebody crashed out. It happens all the time. And it even happens, and you know the people that's gonna crash out on you is the people that's close to you, the people that know you. Those are the people that could crash out on you. Those are the people who could crash out on you for sure. I know what it is. It's like because it's hot out here. That's probably what it is. And I'm probably had to cut my camera off. Cut my camera off, and y'all don't need to see me anyway. That's just what time it is. Y'all don't need to see me. You know what I'm saying? It's good because I don't have my camera on. My phone is overheating. You know, it's best for me to go incognito anyway. You see what I'm saying? It's best for me to go incognito, man. This is crazy out here. Speaking of threats, I want to know if anybody gonna get arrested for threatening me. I got a threat on Facebook last night, and you know the crazy thing is, it's not even a troll. It's somebody that has a legit Facebook account. He said he said he said expect. He said you keep talking, expect me to pull up. He said expect somebody to find you or whatever the case is. Because I was like, make me shut up. He said, we gonna make you shut up. He said that. He said, we got ways to make you shut up. It was a white guy too. I said, there ain't no way in the hell you gonna come around here and find me. If you come around here and find me, shit, you win. You win, dog. I tell you that right now. He said, you don't know nothing about this case or nothing. And but you think people will get, you think them type of people will get arrested? No, they're not getting arrested. All they keep talking about is other people getting threatened and arrested. Listen, my point is, everybody, when you cover stuff like this, you're gonna get threatened. That's a part. I mean, eyes, are you here? How many times have you got threatened doing this? It happens with it's with the program. It come with the program. I never forget it. Somebody issued me a no-fly zone one time. You remember that term, a no-fly zone? It was, you know who it was? It was this rapper affiliates. His name is AR Ab from Philadelphia. He said, we issuing you a no-fly zone. You can't even come to Philadelphia. I said, I can't even come get a cheesesteak. He said, can't even get a cheesesteak. That's what he told me. He said, for sitting up here talking reckless. He said, we charge you. We charge you for talking reckless. And you're gonna, and I wasn't even talking reckless. I was just talking about his case and how he snitched on himself. He said, you don't know nothing about the streets to be speaking on it. And he said, you speaking on a real general. And you got a no-fly zone. You can't even come to Philly. I said, damn. I said, well, how can I get the no-fly zone lifted? I still got that text exchange too, because they hit me up on Instagram. I still have it. But I think he was just trolling because he put LOL. But that don't mean nothing. They could have really meant it. He said, you got a no-fly zone. Guys, I was issued a no-fly zone doing this. So it happens. People get, people are stupid out here. But you gotta take it seriously too. You never know. But these guys, they gonna do their own investigation. They're going out to Horn Island, they said, and what they gonna do? What kind of investigation they gonna do? Look at the tides, see how the water is, and see where he could have possibly went down at. I don't know. What kind of investigation they gonna be doing? And then here's another thing. Who sent the barber? Who sent him? Who sent them? Somebody sent them. You know what he said? He said Emmett Till got killed. He said Emmett Till got killed for whistling at a white woman. He said that. That is not why he got killed. Well, she did say she did say that, and she told her husband and stuff that he whistled at her. But he got killed over some hate. That's what he got killed over. That was straight racist hate to the core. He almost made it seem like it was Emmett Till's fault. That's how I know. That's why what's his name said he in a sunken place. He probably is. He made it seem like it's his fault, yo. And then check this out. You know how I know that that wasn't the reason? Because the guys did an interview after the trial was over, because they knew they were going to get away with it because of double jeopardy. They couldn't get tried for it again. So they did an interview and they detailed what they did to him. It was gruesome. They were proud of it too. Imagine somebody taking some pliers and pulling your teeth out while you're alive. That's what they did to him. Uh-oh. It was almost an accident right in front of my grill piece. And that lady, let me tell you something. Let me give y'all a rule of thumb if you don't know. If somebody got a chopped up car, they get the right of way. You see what I'm saying? They always get the right of way. Do not try to, don't try to like go past them. Let them go. Because they probably ain't got no insurance anyway. I remember one time, yeah, well, anyway, that's whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know who sent that dude. It's like he's in a sunken place. And guess what the family said? We don't know him like that. Don was like, really? He said, yeah, we don't know him like that, yo. Talking about he gave my son his first haircut. We don't know him like that, man. And he said he worked out at the same gym that the other guy worked out at. You know that ain't true. You know he ain't working out at no damn gym. If anything he doing, he running his mouth. He damn sure ain't working out no gym. I mean, I need to be in the gym my damn self, but I know he ain't in no gym. Talking about they work. And then you know what else he said? One of the guys that Nolan went out there with, he know his dad. And him and his dad, they get up with each other, have dinner, have lunch 3 times out of the week. Get the hell out of here, yo. I was born during the day, but not yesterday. I don't believe that. I have a right to say I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. You know, people could say that. I don't believe you. Is that slander? Because I say I don't believe him? He trying to say people are slandering him. But people are going hard on him, though. They are. I'm not one of them. But there's some YouTube, they going hard on him. They say he in a sunken place and all this type of stuff. He said racism, it ain't like that out there. We all getting along. We sleeping with white women, having white mixed babies. Our Lord have mercy. Who sent this dude, man? I can't make this up. I can't make it up if I tried. What about you said Bible study. I don't know what that is. I didn't hear that. He said they have dinner. He have lunch with one of the guy's parents 3 times out of the week. You know he's sitting up there. I don't believe him. Look, I'm not gonna say I just don't believe him. But actually, I am saying that, but I don't believe him. I gotta watch what I say. I just don't believe him. That's all. He needs some receipts. If he could show me some receipts, then I might believe him. But I'm the type of person where I need some receipts. And then this one young lady, she was found hanging high from a tree. Lord have mercy. On the road of remembrance. That's where they were found her at, on the road of remembrance. Guys, I can't make this up, man. Yeah, they ain't got to worry about me going to Mississippi. I've been there once, and when I was there, let me tell you, my girlfriend at the time, you know what she told me? Because I like to go out for walks. She said, "You ain't going out here for no walks." I said, "I can't just walk up the road." She said, "Nope, not without me." She said, "I'm responsible for you." She said, we only gonna be here for the weekend." She said, You ain't going out for no walks in this neighborhood. That's what she told me. I said, but everybody seemed friendly. She said, she said, you ain't walking without me. And I never walked. I got in the car. I went to different, her family, whatever. And some of her family didn't like me. They sure didn't. She was older than me. Like, I lived life a little bit. I dated all types of women, man. So I got all types of experiences. And she's like, you ain't walking out here without me. She said, these people have been on kidnapped you. They've been on kidnapped you and had a picnic, if you know what I mean. Like I said, I didn't feel threatened out there, but that's what she told me. She said you are not going nowhere. And I said, yes, ma'am. I said it just like that. She started laughing. She said, I wish you would go walk the neighborhood. Are you crazy? And they don't know who you are? And you got a little, she said, you know what she said? You got a little bit of color to you. She said, you got a little bit of color to you as well? A little bit of color. That's hilarious. A little bit of color. She said, but you still a black man to them, which I am. But she said, you got a little bit of color to you. And they don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to him, man. You got to respect the terrain you're on. You feel me? So I didn't go walking nowhere. I remember one time we were on our way to Florida. We had stopped off. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Max? Who's going back to Horn Island? His so-called friends. They about to do their own investigation, Ryan. They about to get to the bottom of what happened. They about to go conduct their own studies. They about to figure out what happened, you feel me? They about to go to Horn Island. Horn. Now, I'm not saying everybody out there is hateful, because they're not. You got some cool people everywhere. And you got some locals out there talking too. Even the locals out there saying something happened to them. The locals are saying it. They said for sure something happened to them. Like something something serious happened to them. I don't know what they looking for. Footprints, shoe prints. I don't know what they looking for, fam. They gonna go study the water or something to figure out. Maybe he just slipped under the water. They gonna go figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're anticipating something. I don't know. I don't know what they're anticipating. They hired Trump lawyer. You feel me? See, you know they hired Trump. You know Trump know about it. You know he do, because he listened to everything. You know he's aware of this case. But you notice he ain't say nothing. He ain't say not a word, yo. Damn, it's police circling all around here, dog. I ain't do nothing, y'all. Now, hold on, man. My car is picking up my phone again, so if y'all can't hear me, let me know. This is picking up again. Guys, I don't know what's happening over here. They circling all around. They just doing their rounds. It gets gentrified over here. It's nice and gentrified now, guys. When I used to come out to this park when I was younger, back in the 80s, it was off the hook. It's nice and gentrified now, which is good. But you still got to be careful. But yeah, man, they going out to Horn Island to figure it out, man. They gonna go, I guess, study the water, see how it maybe could have went down. I don't know, because they saying they don't know. They say he ain't go back with them, yo. That's just what time it is. He ain't go back with them, yo. And nobody know what happened. He went out there with his buddies, and everybody went back to their comfort of their home bedrooms to get some good night's sleep, and he missing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy work, yo. That's the only thing I can say. This is crazy work. Crazy work. Yeah, I went live early this morning. I couldn't sleep. I had one of them nights. Yeah, man, it looked like it's getting ready to storm out here though. But yeah, they going out there, man. They got their lawyers. They're gonna go. Well, it said they're gonna go conduct their own investigation to see what happened. I don't know how you're gonna find out what happened going back to that island. They already went back to the island with what's his name? Remember he did the interview? He went back to the island already. With what? With Officer Dude. Officer Dude, he cleared him. He said they ain't do nothing. He already cleared him, so I don't know what they need a lawyer for. He already cleared him. You feel me? He already cleared him. The good officer. The good officer. I would have said that to y'all. I said, look, man, the good officer cleared me. So I don't y'all tripping. Would y'all believe me? Probably not. Here's the thing in his story. He said the last time he saw Nolan was like about 3 or 3:30. He said he was with that girl. He had his arm around her. He said, man, you crazy. You crazy. And then he turned around and said his boy told him to get on the boat when they were leaving. Come on, Nolan, let's go. Well, I thought you said the last time you saw him was 3 or 3:30. If y'all left around 4:30, so you mean the last time you saw him was 4:30. See, he already conflicting his story. Yeah, the good officer. That's what I'm going to call him. The good officer. He cleared him, yo. Officer said them boys didn't do nothing. Now, if you believe the good officer and what he's saying, I told you I got some ice glaciers that I could sell you from Iceland. We dug all the way down in the glacier, and it'll make you 10 times younger. 10 years younger, you believe me? I'm going to go get some ice glaciers for you to sell to you. I'm charging $20,000 a piece. Okay? This is not no regular ice. We dug deep down in the glacier. You know what I'm saying? We got some ancient ice for you. Officer Goodfoot. That's what I'm going to call him, Officer Goodfoot. You said why this chick cleared? I don't know if she cleared. All I know is something shifty happened. You feel me? I ain't saying they did it. You see, that's what they all up in arms about, because people, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Some people putting some work on them online. And it ain't me. What did the lawyer say? He gonna find everybody. He don't give a damn if you a small content creator or a big one. We coming after everybody. Listen, man, I ain't do nothing. I just said something don't seem right. I'm entitled to my opinion. You know, because after he the one set up there and did the interview and said the last time he saw him was 3 or 3:30. And then he turned around and said he witnessed his other friend in his friend group tell Nolan to get on the boat. Come on, Nolan, let's go. He making it seem like Nolan was thirsty for some action. That's the way they're making it seem. He was thirsty for some action. Look, never mind your boat sinking. and y'all got to go home. F y'all, I'm staying with the girl. That's the way they made it seem. Like he out there being thirsty. He out there being thirsty. That's the way they made it seem, man. And then what the other one say? Trayston, he said when he saw him, he said something slick to him about the girl he was with. It's something about this girl he was with, man. People are hating. And then he said, you know, I had an argument with my old lady. I don't know no young person that talk like that. I talk like that, but ain't no way in the hell he talk like that, yo. Somebody said it's a southern thing. Bullshit. That don't sound right coming from somebody young like that. My old lady. Me and my old lady. Get the hell out of here. Y'all in a sunken place, man. You know what I'm saying? My name ain't Boo Boo the Fool now. Okay? Johnny must have been born yesterday. No, thank you. Somebody told me, like, man, why you keep talking about this case? Because I can. I'm going to keep talking about it until arrests are made. Actually, I'm going to still talk about it because, you know, got to go through a trial. I talked about Alec Murdaugh every day, so why can't I talk about this case? I talked about Alec Murdaugh until it was over, and it looked like he about to go back to trial. Alec Murdaugh. Yeah, this case is crazy. This case is off the hook, man. I told you they think we boo-boo the fools. And you know what this local said? She said they've been saying that worthless blacks been talking about the case. Worthless blacks. Why can't they say worthless YouTubers? Worthless content creators? Why they gotta say worthless blacks? You see, that's the mentality now. I'm telling you, see, out there, everybody not gonna come up to you and call you the N-word. They got manners. It's something called Southern hospitality. They're not gonna do that. They don't mean that it's wicked down there. It's wicked down there. I don't care what nobody say. My ex told me, she said, why can't I go walk the neighborhood? She said, you ain't walking no neighborhood. Not without me. And I said, well, what's gonna happen? She said, you could go missing. That's what she told me. I said, for walking the neighborhood? She said, yes. And she was not laughing. I said, okay, cool. I'm staying in the house then. I never forget where her aunt said, she said, we accept your kind now. She told, oh my God, yo, I got a story to tell y'all. She said, we accept your kind now. That was her, you know, since we still refer to each other as crayon colors, that was her white part of the family. She was mixed ancestry. And she's the type that them guys like, yo. When I went to the store, boy, they were looking at me if looks could kill. She had on that sundress, looking like she smelled like Estee Lauder. That long hair. She had braids in her hair though. Every time she go on vacation, she had braids. Smelling like Estee Lauder. Boy, them men were going crazy down there, yo. And looking at me like I'm crazy. If they could put me on the tree, they would. But guess what I had on me, though? Guess what I had? Guess what I had on me, though? I had that amendment to the Constitution on me. I sure did. I'm not going out. If you're gonna get me, we gonna be like Billy the Kid in Wide Earth. We gonna duel it out. You ain't gonna just take me. Shit, I had Sasha on me. I sure did. And yeah, I did have Sasha on me. I named her after Sasha Obama. I called it. Her name was Sasha Obama. Yep, her name was Sasha. I had Sasha on me. Ryan, you remember? Her name was Sasha. And my ex, she had one on her too. She had Malia. She had Malia on her. you know, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying. But nothing happened. Nothing happened. But she said I wasn't gonna go walk nowhere. But we went up in the store. Man, they were looking at me. They said, "Hello, ma'am." They were talking to her, but they wouldn't talk to me. Yeah, I ain't never going back down there, yo. Hell no. I don't give a damn if I got business down there. I don't want that type of business. I hate to say it. I don't want to. I don't want to, offend nobody, because everybody not like that. But I just don't want to go down there. And that's supposed to be the Bible Belt. People supposed to be into the Bible. You supposed to love thy neighbor. Man, them people don't love thy neighbor, man. Some of them do. And what do I mean by that? So, how do you find out if somebody is hateful like that? You got to get them drunk. When they drunk or they mad with you, that's how you know. When somebody is mad with you, it comes out how they feel about you, or if they drunk. Because when they drunk, they lower their inhibitions. So I definitely don't want to be on no island and they ain't got no damn cameras. Ain't got no cameras out there, nothing. You better believe I would have had Sasha on me. I would have had my dry bag, and I would have had Sasha on me, man. The road of remembrance. They have a road out there, guys, called the road of remembrance. What are they trying to remember? I did, Ryan. I sure did. We brought it with us. Because we drove down there. We didn't take a flight. So we had to stop in different gas stations and stuff. So you just had to be careful. The road of remembrance. That's where that girl was found from on a tree, Ryan. They found a girl on a tree. They found another guy on the tree too. But that wasn't the road of remembrance. You remember that guy a long time ago in Texas? They they put a rope around his neck and then drug him by the truck. Remember that? That was in Texas that happened. People are hateful out here, bro. Why can't we just all come together and get along once and for all? It ain't happening. Some people it happen, it just depends on who you with. Let me see. Damn, my phone is hot. Yeah, it happened in Texas, Ryan. They were dragging the guy. You said to look for left evidence. I don't know what they looking for. They going out to the island to look for some evidence. I mean, to no, not look for evidence, to do an investigation. Because they want to get to the bottom of it. They want to know what happened. They said everybody, dragging them in the mud. Shit, we need to go do some investigative work. You know? They need to do some investigative work, eyes. They need to figure it out. I was talking to my mother last night, right? I asked her, how was it when you grew up? She said, yeah, there were restaurants, there were stores we couldn't go in. They were the white only stores. They only sold white bagels and white food. You had to go to the black store to get the black food. And then she said one time they passed this like bakery, and the lady came out. She was like, how come you guys don't come in here? She said, because of your sign. It said white only. She said they told us to put that up because they weren't from there. They were not from there. And they opened a business and they said, look, we're going to take that sign down and y'all come on up in here to shop with us and tell your locals, tell the neighbor, tell everybody in the town they can come here. Because nobody was going there. They couldn't understand it. They didn't even put the sign out there. The town put the sign up that said it's white only. You said, watch how he's scanning the place. It was a good excuse to go back and look without looking suspicious. Thank you, Eyes, for the donation. They would have found something though. It was too late for him to go back. If he was looking for something, they already found it. Investigators already combed that area. You said Max, he like 300 pounds. Who is that? Yeah, many people do turn into horrible people when they drunk. They do, but in my lifetime, it's happened when people were drunk. I remember a friend of mine, he used to ski. He's from my neighborhood. He had like, white friends or whatnot down in South Jersey. So when we used to go out there, we was like, man, I don't want to be out here, man. He said, no, they cool. One time the dude got drunk and he accused us of stealing something. He accused us of stealing money. And everybody got quiet. And he was like, bro, we ain't stealing no money, man. He said, you motherfuckers, somebody stole my money. He said motherfuckers with an ER, motherfuckers, like that. Not motherfuckers, with an AS. You know what I'm saying? With a KAS. Not like that, like motherfuckers. Motherfuckers, right? And accused us of stealing. He said, bro, we didn't steal nothing. He said, you fucking N-word. He told him that. He called him that. And we had to hold my boy back because he was about to fight him. I said, you ain't gonna sit here and hurt him in his house. We all going to jail. We kept him away from him. We all left. I'm gonna call the police. I'm in this and that. We got the hell out of that town. You know where that was at? That was in Lincroft, New Jersey. Lincroft, Lincroft, New Jersey. I did not want the Lincroft police coming to us. Oh no. Oh no. I said, let's get in the car and let's go. And that's what we did. And guess what happened the next day? He called apologizing because he found his money. He said, man, I'm sorry, man. Like, I didn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? Their friendship was never the same because he called him an N-word. And he apologized to it. He didn't say the N-word with an A at the end. ER. NIGG. You know the rest. ER. We call it the hard R. He said you effing N-word. He didn't just say N-word. See, he exclaimed it. You effing N-word. See, when he said it like that, now it's serious. He didn't say, come on, my ninja, like that. He didn't say it like that. Effing N-word. He might as well said it to all of us. Oh, it's like a walk through with a lawyer. All right, cool. They can walk through all they want to. Walk through with the lawyer. So I have experience with people getting drunk and high and their true colors coming out. And I told him we were going back in the car. He said, "Man, you said it too." I said, "I told you he like that. I told you. I told you I didn't want to go to his house. I told you." What's up, Medea? You said Max. Hold on, let me see. Max tell the same stories the exact same way. That's how you know he ain't lying. What? Hold up, hold up. You didn't hear that story. Ryan, have you ever heard that story? Hold up. Eyes, you never heard that story. Medea, you never heard that story. Come on, man. Give me a break. You never heard that story. Ryan, have you heard that story before? Because I do regurgitate stories, but hold on. Y'all never heard that story. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you if Ryan say he heard that story before, I'm about to give you another story. Let's see. Oh, Ryan never heard it. Thank you. Thank you. But guess what? I have told the story on YouTube before. I have, and you probably heard it. I told it recently, actually. I told it maybe a couple weeks ago. Bruh. And you know the thing was, we he was forgiven. We forgave him. I didn't hold no animosity towards him. You said you had told the story. Yeah, okay. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Sheila, I told you the story. Damn, and I'm regurgitating stories. I don't have no new stuff for you. Hold up, man. Brian never heard it. Brian never heard it, but you heard it. But I did tell the story. Ryan wasn't here when I told the story. So I'm gonna have to give y'all another story. Guys, I am known for my stories. I could be a storyteller, and it's all true. That's the crazy part. Now, do I embellish a little bit? Yes. Some stories I have to embellish for the entertainment purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like put a little bit of spectacular vernacular in it. You see what I'm saying? I put a little spectacular vernacular, like rest in peace to Sinful to P. He used to say that, spectacular vernacular. That's where I got that from Sinful to P. Rest in peace to Sinful to P. He said, I'm giving you this spectacular vernacular. Wait a minute. You said I will remember now? Okay. You said a walkthrough. Let me get serious. Raymond said the walkthrough indicates to me they need to gear up. This is some background movement. This looks like their pre-grand jury prep. Yeah, because they know they didn't come out and say it was a drowning. I told y'all somebody about to get arrested. And I told you, said when it happened, just come back to me because I'm going to be the last one to find out. But I've already predicted it. So come back to me and see if I was right or not. You said you could be a storyteller. There are plenty of storytellers on. I got some stories. Let me see. Let me see if I got a story for you. Well, I told you the story where she told me, you ain't going out there to walk. She said, you ain't walking without me. She said, that's not happening. I said, what's going to happen to me? Ain't no, I'm a city slick and these country bumpkins ain't going to do nothing to me. She said, shit. Yeah, all right. And I respected it. I said, okay, I'm going to keep my ass in the house and respect the game. You see what I'm saying? You got to respect it. Not respect it. You got to respect it. You know, put a K on it like I'm baby. Put some respect on my name, you know, with a K. You got to respect it. Okay? You got to respect it. I remember one time, I got a story for y'all. I bet y'all didn't hear this one. Yo, me and my friends, we was on our way down to Florida. And we stopped off because we wanted to go to his aunt house. I think it was his aunt house. I'm not sure who it was, but we went and stopped off at one of his family house or whatever to see them, because we were on our way to Florida, so we kind of detoured a little bit. And he was like, "Bro, we hungry or whatnot. Let's go to this diner." Bro, we went to this diner. Bro, it was like one of them little hick town diners. And I was like, "Yo, I don't want to go in here, yo. I'll sit in the car, yo." He was like, "Bro, we just gonna go in. It'll be cool, man. People, it's Southern hospitality. Everybody cool, man, in the South." I said, "Nah, yo, not how this diner look. This looked like a throwback from the civil rights movement, yo. I don't want to go in here." But we went in anyway. As soon as we went in, everybody got quiet. It was like that movie. You remember with Eddie Murphy and Martin? He said, "How can I make them white pies some ninja pies? How can I make that?" That's how it was, yo. That's how they was staring at us. Yo, he was like, "Yo, I remember we sat down and ordered something to drink." She said, "What do you boys want?" And I got something to drink. Everybody felt uncomfortable. I wasn't the only one. They were looking at me. "Yeah, he told us not to go in here." I said it. It was an old dude in there, old Balls Hall looking dude. He had on overalls. He said, "Where you boys from?" We told him. He said, "Oh, you some Yankees. We got some Yankee boys up in here." He said, "We ain't like that no more. Everything good down here." He said, "We ran Martin Luther King up out of here." He said that. I said, "Martin Luther who?" He said, "Bro, he talking about Dr. King, yo. He ran Martin Luther King, K-A-N-G. Not King, K-I-N-G, K-A-N-G. Martin Luther the." When he said Martin Luther the, you know what he meant. Martin Luther the King. We ran him up out of here. He came through this city. We ran him up out of here, ran that boy up out of here, but we ain't like that no more. He said it just like that, yo. And yo, check this out. I said, can we get our check? She was like, "Oh, you boys not eating? No, let me get our check, yo. Y'all ain't spitting in my food. Go ahead and give me my check, yo." Oh, the Karen co-worker that assumed I was in the wrong place. You didn't hear that story, but I'm about to tell you right now. Yo, I worked in a lab. Now, everybody in the lab field, they know me even to this day. I've been working in the lab field since 2002. So I built a level of respect. Everybody know me. Like, I'm unassuming. You don't know that I'm an environmental scientist. I don't look like one. I mean, I'm being real because people, they judge you. I don't look like one. I don't know what I look like, but I don't look like what I did for a living. Even though it's not really glorified, but I analyze stuff for a living in a microscope. I don't know if you guys remember, I used to go live from a microscope. So I didn't look like what I did, but I'm very I'm very technically sound scientifically because I had to go to school for it. So she was new. She was new, right? And you know that our job, they had a very lax way of introducing everybody. And I think they went around and introduced her to people, but I wasn't there because I was notoriously late for work. Like, I'm notorious. If somebody, one of my coworkers listening to that, they sitting up there laughing. But they know I'm a good guy. But I'm just notoriously late for work. And so I was in the break room and she said something about something me cleaning something. She said, "Oh, you here to clean up?" I said, "No." And she was making it seem like what are you doing here? Like, she thought I was like the janitor or something. And I straight up, yeah, I did snitch on her. I sure did. I said, "Yo," but I didn't snitch on her in a bad way. I said, "Yo, she thought I was like the janitor or some shit. Like, she asked me what I'm doing here." And my manager got upset about it. She was like, she did that? I was like, "Yeah." And she pulled her into the office. She was like, "He ain't no janitor here. He works here. You just didn't meet him." And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." So that shit happened. But it's all good. I had another coworker tell me she wasn't sure about me when she first saw me. And I know why. You know what I'm saying? And I'm unassuming. I don't look like I can harm nobody. I'm harmless. But you know, some people, and I know some people like, oh, shut up, bro. You barely got a little color to you. Shut up. No, some people, what I'm saying, I still get treated a certain type of way. You see what I'm saying? But I don't care though. Everybody gonna have their stereotypes about people. You see what I'm saying? Until you get to know them. So she ain't know about me at first. She said she was like scared, like. And then my other coworker, she got offended by it. She was like, "What are you scared for? He works here." Then why are you assuming it's your skin? Hold up. Why are you assuming that it's your skin? Because they told me. And I don't look like one. But yeah, they did say it was because of how I was. They said that after they got to know me, it was their fault. Since you want to know so much, now go back in the damn bushes. You came right out the rafters and said that. Now go somewhere. You just mad because I'm talking about this kid. Why y'all so mad? Why y'all so mad that I'm talking about this case? Do you live in Mississippi? Are you familiar with the case? It ain't my fault they going to the island looking for a treasure hunt. That's not my fault. Okay? I didn't go to Horn Island on the 4th of July. They did. Hold up. I didn't say nothing about skin color. You heard it wrong. She asked me, first of all, she thought I was a janitor. She didn't say, oh, I didn't say she assumed that I was, she just assumed. She didn't know me. She just assumed that I was a janitor or something. I didn't say she said it because of my skin color. I didn't say that. She just looked at me and assumed because she didn't meet me that she didn't know I was a part of the team. And she thought that I was there to take out the trash or something. I don't know what you talking about. So go back in the rafters, man. You came out the rafters and trying to remix my story. You're not allowed to remix my story. Sitting up there trying to remix my story. But you're telling stories about racist encounters. You can call them racist encounters, or you can call them, everybody is prejudiced to a certain extent. Okay? Until you get to know somebody. I didn't call them racist. See, that's the thing. I didn't call them that. I'm just telling my story. It's an innocent story, man. Let me just tell my story and stop coming out the rafters trying to remix. Damn, you came out the rafters with it. You came right out of the rafters in Madison Square Garden. Damn. Yeah, I do have some encounters like that. It is what it is. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault she thought I was a janitor. I'm just telling the story, but me and her became cool, though. You know what I'm saying? If you must know. You said the point of the story to painting out. All right. How do you know? Listen, you can't tell me what my point is. Yeah, he's sitting up there. You said gaslighting you. Will you stop? Will you stop, please? Will you please stop? Ashe. Guys, and what's his name? I'm just going to call him Ricky. Ricky Z. Ricky came out the damn rafters with it. He was ready. He said, yeah, I'm about... What the hell was that? He came out the rafters with it. Yo, I ain't never had somebody remix my story. Damn, Ricky. That's Ricky. Ricky, come on, man. Everybody, listen, I'm just telling my story. I really have encounters like that. It ain't, are you slighted by it? Or do you feel that way? Are you like that? I ain't saying everybody's like that. So, man, guys, I can't even tell my stories. I'm not harming nobody. I'm just sitting here telling my stories. And here come Ricky. Oh, your point is you the one said you didn't look like no scientist, so what the hell are you worried about them for? You say you didn't look like no scientist. You said I'm embellishing stories and perpetuating racism. He said I'm embellishing my story and perpetuating racism. Lord have mercy. Lord, Lord, Lord. I'm perpetuating racism. Well, I didn't mean it that way. If that's how you took it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mean it that way. But I was just telling a story, Miguel, and Ricky took it the wrong way. He said, I'm perpetuating racism. You said no distraction, justice for Nolan. You can't say that too much, and somebody gonna get triggered if you say that. What you mean, justice for Nolan? He drowned. What kind of justice you looking for, and he drowned? What kind of you don't let Ricky get started, because Ricky about to go off on you. Don't say that. What you mean, justice for Nolan? What you trying to say? You trying to say something happened to him? Something racist happened to him? You better leave. You better leave Ricky alone, man. Ricky not playing. You hear me? Let me leave Ricky alone, man. Because Ricky ain't playing with me. That man came out the rack. And look, my friend told me, go ahead and tell your story, Max. She told me to tell her, here you come, coming out the rafters with it. Where's she at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? What's up, Corvette? Good evening to you. You said Ricky, he's flooding the lines. You know, he was serious about it. Ricky, he confronted me. He said, yo, man, what's up with your stories, bro? You sitting up here perpetuating racism? Shit, Ricky wasn't having that, bro. He said, man, F your story, man. How about that? Racism. Racism still exists, though. But every time somebody point it out, somebody get mad about it. It do still exist. It ain't my fault. It do exist. Somebody gonna, I don't know if nobody gonna fess up. They hoping everybody keep their mouth shut. But somebody saw it. Somebody gonna get arrested. I know that. Somebody gonna get arrested. I just don't know who. I had a guy send me a message. It was hilarious. No, he didn't send me a message. He sent it under my video on Facebook. He said, will you please stop? He said that. And I saw his picture. I said, okay. He older gentleman of the lighter hue. He feeling slighted by this story. Every time he come on Facebook, he got to hear this damn story. He tired of it. He said, will you please stop? I says, if you tell TMZ to stop, I'll stop. Just tell them to stop too. And I told him what I'm doing is stop talking about the story. I said, no, what I'm doing is I said, I'm just talking about what I read in the news. He said, oh, okay. Just like that. Guys, I'm all inclusive. My chat is like the United Nations. Everybody know that. But it seemed like when we talk about these cases, when it involving some situation, people get upset. I talked about Alec Murdoch. Ain't nobody get upset about that. You know why? Because they know he did that. They know damn well he couldn't even get a tear out. He allegedly, well, they said he killed his wife and his son. But you know what though? I'm gonna be honest with you though, on Alec Murdoch. I don't know why if he did it, I don't know why he would have done it. Some people seem to think he was in debt. Yeah, but that's not a good reason to off your family because you're in debt. Or they said maybe his wife was gonna leave him. Okay, if your wife was gonna leave you, why are you gonna off your son? Maybe because he's a witness. That's crazy work. I just don't want to believe that. Maybe he did have an insurance policy or something. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I had a big insurance policy on my wife, I'm still not gonna do that. You know why? Because I'm not gonna be able to enjoy the money. Because I'm gonna be like, damn, I took her life and I'm gonna sit up here and enjoy the money. I'm not gonna enjoy it. That's just how I feel. I'd rather for her to just divorce me and take half and let her go live her life, I go live mine. If we got to the point where we have to get a divorce, then obviously, divorces are hard, but at least we still have our lives. Damn, he said, we can't go to Woolworths today. We had to stand up and eat. 1980, what? 19, oh, they go to 1963 guy. I ain't seen you in a while. Damn, you came out of the woodworks. I haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on? 1963. Every time he say something, he put 1963 at the end of it. He brought up Woolworths. Damn, he old school with it. I remember Woolworths. He said Woolworths. He taking us back in time. And he always do that. He'll say certain things in 1963, man. 1963. You think it's a lady? Uh-oh. I hope I ain't get it wrong. 1963. Well, I'm about to start saying 1975. Man. Oh, sorry, Janice. I thought it was Jake. Reading is fundamental. Some days I question myself. 1975. Guys, I guess I'm buffering. Because my phone is hot. That's why I'm buffering. My phone is hot. My phone about to shut off on me. You said Max the time traveler, man. Y.A. Tittle. What you know about Y.A. Tittle? You feel me? What you know about Captain America? What's his name? Who is Captain America? It's the football player, Roger Staubach, aka Captain America. Come on, man, Roger Staubach. You know what I'm saying? I always big up the OGs. You know what I'm saying? You got to big up the OGs, man. Whew, Lord, it's hot out here. I'm gonna have to put this air on for a minute. Whew, Lord, I gotta put this air on. Yeah, I'm at the park. Yeah, I'm old school with it, man. I'm so old school. I'm shit, stairs, Sears, and Robux, man. That's how old school I am. I remember the good old days. Make America great again. You feel me? Let me stop. Let's go back to the good old days. See, Trump from Queens. He from Queens, yo. He from Jamaica Estates. Now, when he say he from Queens, he say he from Jamaica. You can't let him fool you though. It's like, damn, Trump, you from Jamaica? Damn, you real like that? No, he from Jamaica Estates, Queens. That's where he from. Don't let him fool you, because if you ask him where he from, he don't say New York City. He from Jamaica. He'll tell you that. He'll say Jamaica. He makes it sound cool. No, sir, you from Jamaica Estates. Get it right. Anybody know who the threes are? Who is that, Raymond? The good old days in the '80s, man. We had some good movies, man, back in the day. I'm about to hit y'all with one. What y'all know about the let me see, the '80s. You know what remind me of the '80s, like Beverly Hills Cop. You know, them days. That was a good soundtrack, by the way. The Never Ending Story. What's up, Tony? Tony Starks in the house. Tony, aka Tony Starks. Nah, just Tony. We got, who else we got in here? Corvette, what's going on? Janice, Anthony. Yeah, I was buffering. Shield. We got Raymond Gates in the house. You ain't related to Bill, are you? Because if you are, you need to holler at him for me. Because Bill tripping. Bill said we got too many people on this planet. That's what he said. Some people gotta go. I don't believe he said that. Is that AI, or he really did say that? That people gotta go. He said this earth can't sustain 8 billion people. I hope he didn't say that. Yeah, I remember Commando. I remember the A Team. Yo, to this day, that still give me goosebumps listening to the introduction of A Team. Yeah, I'm buffering like crazy. I see it now. Look like I'm gonna have to get another phone. Magnum PI. Shit, you got Magnum PI. You got Kojak. Yo, Crockett and Tubbs. What y'all know about Miami Vice? Crockett and Tubbs. When they used to ride in that automobile, just chilling in the beginning, that's classic. Crockett and Tubbs. He talking about population sustainability for years with the WHO. I mean, he ain't say people got to go, do we? Cause shit, it ain't our fault. 8 billion souls on this planet. It's not our fault. 8 billion. The life expectancy worldwide went up. That's why. I remember Knight Rider, Michael Knight. Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. Forget all that. I'm a wrestling. I grew up. I'm a Hulkamaniac. Like I don't care what nobody say, man. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan, man. I used to say my prayers and eat my vitamins because I wanted some 30-inch pythons like Hulk Hogan. You feel me? Yeah, pretty in pink. Man, but I was a Hulkamaniac, Ryan. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he fought Andre the Giant. Come on, man. That's a legend. Andre the Giant. You said Cindy. What's up, Lashane? You said Cindy Lauper. Girls just want to have fun. Come on, man. The material girl. You got to respect the material girl. Madonna. The material girl. She wilding now. Madonna off the hook. She love her some young men. Did I hear what happened to Miss North Carolina? Yeah, she got a little Rachel with it. A little racial. Yeah, like a virgin. Yeah, man. The Madonna, man. The Madonna's a legend. She straight is, yo. She a straight legend. Madonna a straight legend. She's a legend in 4 decades. She's a 5 decade legend. 4 decades. A straight legend, yo. She been a legend since the 80s. You say you know they've been wanting they ain't gonna be able to control nothing, Lashane. It ain't our fault 8 billion people on the planet. 8 billion. That's a lot. India reached a billion, what, 4 years ago? About 4 years ago, they went over a billion people. That's a lot. That's a lot of souls, baby. Max, you remember Tupac and Madonna? Yeah, they used to hang out. He used to also hang out with Mickey Rourke. He used to hang out with Madonna, Mickey Rourke, Michael Jackson. He used to hang out with all of them. Tupac shouldn't even been a rapper, yo. He should have just been an actor. That's it. He used to hang out with Philip Seymour Hoffman. Rest in peace to him. That was his crew, yo. Like he was like Tupac was one of them people, man. You said LL Cool J, LL. Yeah, Tupac used to hang out with all the actors, Lashane. He was a really good actor, man. Life was cut short. Really good actor. I remember when I was little, I wanted to be an actor when I was little. I wanted to get my Leonardo DiCaprio on. You feel me? Me and Leonardo, we the same age. I was like, I'm gonna be just what up there with Leonardo. You feel me? I even took a little acting lessons. I did. My mother put me in acting school for a little bit. I was gonna be an actor. You feel me? On the silver screen. You imagine me on the silver screen? I was gonna be on the silver screen, man. You said you can play Darth Vader. I can, but I don't have the voice. You got to give respect. As far as voices, man, he had a voice on him. Oh Lord, he said Gilbert, great. He's had a voice on him, man. Him and the guy from Thriller, Michael Jackson Thriller. He had a voice on him, man. Them the top two voices of all time, in my opinion. And what's his name? The guy that did the eulogy for Malcolm X, Ozzie Davis. He had a voice on him too, baby. He said they keep all these wars going. They tripping. They need to just relax. Yeah, James Earl Jones. Darth Vader, baby. James was Darth Vader. Luke, you never told me what happened to your father, Luke. No, hold up. Luke, hold on. Luke, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father, Luke. Because I am your father, Luke. Join me on the dark side. No, no. That was his father, yo, Darth Vader before he turned bad. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. I am your father, Luke. Obi-Wan Kenobi, aka Sir Alec Guinness. What y'all know about Sir Alec Guinness? He was Obi-Wan, yo. That was Sir Alec Guinness, yo. Sir Alec Guinness. Yeah, Vincent Price was a legend. Straight up for me. Vincent Price. Like I have a unique voice, but man, their voice is all time unique. All time. And Michael Buffer. Let's get ready to rumble. Introducing first, out of the red corner, with his head trainer, Roger Mayweather. Yeah, I love it. He said that in fighting out of the red corner, with his head trainer, Roger Mayweather, since capturing Olympic gold. You know how he, like with Michael Buffer, when he announced you, yo, you get chills down. I know the boxers got to get chills down their spine. He said since capturing Olympic gold, like he like run your whole thing down, yo. Really, and I like Jimmy Lennon Jr. too. Really needing no, and he said fighting out of the red corner and really needing no introduction the world over. Really needing no introduction the world over. I love that, man. Oh, you 44. You never heard. You never knew what? Darth Vader. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father, Luke. I am your father. Yeah, he didn't even put out all the Star Wars. We still have some chapters we that he didn't even put out. He was putting out the endings of it. He didn't put out the beginnings. He put out some of the beginnings, but he didn't put it all out. Yeah, James Earl Jones was Darth Vader. And check this out, when he was older, he was still getting checks from that movie because he accepted less money and he accepted points and royalties. He was still getting paid from Darth Vader. That's why he would have never went broke. He was still getting checks every year for being the voice of Darth Vader. Let me tell you something. As far as voice actors, he's like on Mount Rushmore. Then you have Eddie Murphy. It's him, Eddie Murphy. 'Cause, Eddie Murphy was Shrek. He was also in The Lion King. No, James Earl Jones was in The Lion King. He was Mufasa. Remember? He was also Mufasa. But Eddie Murphy did some good voiceover work too. And of course, we got Vincent Price. These guys are legends. Vincent Price. Um, Ozzie Davis. Who else? Well, Michael Buffer, the great ring announcer. Um, you got the Verizon guy. Welcome to Verizon. You know that guy. And then he did the T-Mobile stuff, and he also did the Geico. The Geico guy got a voice on him too. Can you hear me now? Good. And you remember the old voicemail lady? That was really a lady. That was really, well, I forget her name. She used to do the voicemails, like, and then she did the original Siri. I forget her name. She used to be the original Siri from Apple. That was a real person. Oh, Kevin Harlan, the sports announcer. He got a nice voice too. You got mail. That was a person as well. And also, what's the other great sports announcer? Used to, what's his name? Marv Albert. He had a nice voice too. And who else? Bob Costas. I like his voice because his voice is known. He's famous. Is Bob Costas. Um, who else? Yeah, I forget his name. The All-State guy. Yeah, Gus Johnson. There's a bunch of voices out there that's just it's a part of our history now. These guys. You know who else had a nice voice? Like just because of football, and he's a legend. It was John Madden. And I forget the guy that used to cover football. He was like, "Oh Nelly, we're gonna have a good one today." And he used to say the temperature on the field. So we got a good one. It's 40 degrees on the field. He used to do it with John Madden. Forget his name. Not Pat Summerall. It's the other guy, the guy with the beard. He used to play. He was a quarterback. He used to play quarterback. He has a beard. I forget his name, yo. Howard Cosell is another one. Not John Madden. It's the other guy. I forget his name. Greg Gumbel had a voice too. But John Madden, his voice is always going to be synonymous with the Madden football. Yeah, Keith. His name is Keith. It's Keith something. Keith. Damn, what is his name? Keith. Yeah, Keith Jackson. Thank you. Oh, Nelly. It's 40 degrees on the field. It's a nice day for football. Good, nice day for football. It's 40 degrees on the field. That's a legend, yo. The how he used to say it. Very legendary. Very legendary Keith Jackson. Rest in peace. So very is a legend, yo. He was a quarterback too. See, I big it up, yo. I don't care who you are. I'm all inclusive, man. If you a legend to me, you a legend. I don't care what color you are, man. Like these are the people I grew up to, man. Like my voice changed when I was in eighth grade. Right before eighth grade. No, it changed when I was in sixth grade, actually. But it wasn't like this. It started getting deeper when I was a freshman. And then it never turned back. Because I used to be in the plays, the Christmas plays, for Christmas. I did Moses. I did the voice of Moses. Because what's his name? Ooh, he had a voice. Charleston Heston. He had a nice voice, yo. He was Charleston Heston. Uh, So I did that for the Christmas play, and so they had me do that, and I had a voice coach and everything. I didn't do Santa. I did Moses, and I used to open up the play. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, greetings and salutations. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Welcome to our annual Christmas play. I used to say it just like that, and it used to echo. They had me echo it. That was pretty cool. That's where I used to get greetings and salutations from. Greetings and salutations. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to our annual Christmas play. Oh, Mean Gene Okerlund. That's another one. We're here with Hulk Hogan. No, the best one was with Macho Man Randy Savage. But a good voice guy, they speak from the diaphragm. It's like from their gut. It's how you do it. Like right now, I'm talking regular, but when you want to heighten it, you got to go from the diaphragm. It's almost like you're singing. There's a guy on Instagram. He be reading stories. Man, his voice is very raspy and deep. I don't know if y'all know who I'm talking about. He makes up stories, very raspy and deep. Kind of like Barry White. Oh, we just said it together. Show you right. Show you right. It just sound cool, right? Show you right. And what did Billy D used to say? Shabella, baby. You don't even know what the hell he's saying, but it sound cool. Shabella, baby. And you know Billy D. Williams, he had a legendary role, man. That's Lando Christensen. You know what I'm saying, from Star Wars. Billy D. Williams, that's Lando Christensen. He had a very legendary role, yo. Everybody on there was legends. They all had for that moment in time, they all became legends. Just from in another show that did that was The Wire. They all were legendary on that show. And also that mob story based out of New Jersey, that show that used to come on, The Sopranos. Legendary shows, bro. It's only you're gonna get that in a moment of time. You can't recreate something like that. It's like magical. But let me get out of here, guys. It looked like it's getting ready. It's about to storm out. Oh shit! Wait a minute. All right, I gotta get out of here. Hold on a second, bro. Hold on. Where's my keys? All right, I gotta go. I ain't gonna tell you what it looked like. It looks like you know how when the clouds come down? I thought I saw a funnel. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's like, maybe that's why they circling around. I just happened to see it. That looked like a funnel coming down. Anyway, guys, let me get out of here. It's about to storm. I'm gonna lose reception anyway. But good talking to you guys. I will